Now to a shocking verdict in the murder of a local father of 5. The men accused of killing Javar King have been found not guilty. Madison Green has more.
Not guilty of murder after a nearly 2-week trial. The men accused of killing Javar King in 2025 were found innocent by a Cuyahoga County jury on July 31st. Nathaniel Crockett and John Armstrong were arrested and charged last year for killing King and torching his car. King, a father of 5 from Warren, went missing on February 4th, 2025. He was missing for more than a month before his body was found in an abandoned building in East Cleveland, more than 50 miles away from home. The autopsy ruling he died from a gunshot wound to the head. Crockett and Armstrong were both facing more than 10 charges, including aggravated murder, kidnapping, and arson. The two were found guilty only of arson and tampering with evidence. They will now be sentenced by a Cuyahoga County judge on Tuesday. In Cleveland, Madison Green, 19 News.